Art, which is a blog about arts and culture. And
I thought so. I thought so.
By art. This is not a tattoo.
No, by art. I
by
thought
art.
that art
Yes.
has something to do with culture.
So it's more or less easy to change laws and institutions if there's a political will and the timing is right, but it's far less easy to change people's minds. There's no fast track way to do that. What do you think, what's your opinion, what can be done by people or by groups of people who support European unification towards a federal Europe on dealing with the issues of national stereotypes? And I'm referring to both the self-image of each nation and the image of the other. So that the idea of federal Europe can be accepted by the masses, large groups of people, and not just a few pro-European intellectuals or politicians. In other words, how can we make people feel comfortable with the idea of relinquishing national sovereignty?
Well, there are two things. My political correct answer on sovereignty is that with the globalization and the market, the globalization has destroyed national sovereignty.
But we don't know it.
Well, we know it, but we don't want to accept it, this reality. It's, you know, the problem always when I discuss about Europe, you know, is that people say, well, to me often, well, you are for Europe because you don't have a nationality. It's true, I'm born in France, German parents, I'm a German Jew, a French-German Jew, I'm a bastard of a lot of things, so it's easier to say I'm for Europe. But it's not like this. I think that the idea of a nation-state, a democratic nation-state, was a state that protects you, gives you social insurance, protects your sanity, gives you school, also protects you against aggression, etc. And organize your economy. Now, most of these things, you can't do it at the national level anymore. It's why I say, if, you know, the argument that I said before, in 30 years there won't be any European state in the G8, it means all we are able to understand that a certain European way of life and a certain social model, even if it's attacked today by the neoliberal. If you go to Texas, you take a Texas young woman or man and take them to Europe, and they go to Europe and they will say, well, Europe is social, you know, it's the same. You know that Obama wanting to Medicare for everybody, the debate was in the United States was, it's socialism, it's Stalinism, a Medicare for everybody. So you see that we have a certain level of social identity in Europe, even if it's in a bad shape. I wouldn't deny it now. Yeah? So it's an idea of civilization. And now I come to the identity. I would love, you know, if I would have money, I would love to give in order, take 5 young European film director and 5 Greek, and do it in every country. I need a lot of money. And I say, do me in 10 minutes your image of Greece. And agreed, tell me.
There is a project.
Yes, I know.
Story Dog.
Yes, I know. But you know, to do this, that we can compare, not discuss. But then you would see, I don't know, a young Italian making a film about Greece, and or a young Greek making a film about Finland. He would say, oh, it's cold, and half of the year is you don't see the sun. I don't know. But you know, this would be an interesting thing to understand what we don't understand in identity. And I think this would be a main project. I think our difficulty, but it's general, that in the globalized world, the identity, the reality of a country has completely changed. But the identity of what we are has not changed. When I debate in France, to ease the Greek, not to, when I debate in France, and I say, look, in 30 years, I make this, you will be, in 30 years, the reality of France in the globalized world would be the same that the reality of Luxembourg in Europe. Now, you can't make the decision to want to be Luxembourg. It's a nice, boring little country. If you want to live, it's a rich country, it's perfect. But is this the dream of the French? To be the Luxembourg of the world? No. And if you want to have a great nation, if you want to have a nation who have given a lot, terrible thing, colonialism, and but a lot also of French Revolution, the idea, then if you want to play this role in the world, continue, you can do it only through Europe. And this is interesting thing, you know. You asked me on the Constitution, you know, but also on the reality fight in Europe. You know, if you talk to French people, they say we have the French Revolution, the Declaration of Human Rights. Perfect. Tell me, when in France the women get the right to vote? Not 1789. No, 1945, 150 years after the French Revolution. So, the big French Revolution, you know, human rights for everybody except, okay, it's a minor problem, except for the woman, you know. This shows you how difficult, how long changes come in the society, also in the